A 70 billion parameter AI model running on your iPhone, no cloud, no server, just your phone.
Say that again. On the phone itself?
Entirely on device. That is not a typo. Apple just announced this at WWDC 26.
That is genuinely shocking. I mean, 70 billion parameters is what we associate with serious server infrastructure.
Exactly. And Apple is putting it in your pocket. The framework is called Core AI. It is the official successor to Core ML.
So this replaces Core ML entirely?
Not quite. And that distinction matters. I will get to that. But first, the headline. Core AI supports models from 3 billion all the way up to 70 billion parameters.
3 billion to 70 billion, on a phone.
On a phone, a tablet, a Mac, or an Apple Vision Pro, all on device, all running on Apple Silicon.
Okay, but what does that mean for people, like for someone who is not a developer?
It means AI that works without an internet connection. It means your data never leaves your device. And it means Apple Intelligence, the AI layer you already use, is built on top of this exact framework.
Wait, Core AI is what powers Apple Intelligence?
That is confirmed. Core AI is the technology underpinning Apple Intelligence, according to InfoQ's coverage of the announcement.
So this is not some future thing. It is already running on millions of devices.
Right. But here's where it gets interesting, and I want to tease something before we get into the technical details. There is a trick Apple is using to make a 20 billion parameter model fit on an iPhone, and it breaks basically every assumption about how AI models work.
Hold on, a trick?
A genuinely clever one. We will get there. But first, let us set the stage on Core AI itself.
Please, yes, because I want to understand what developers are actually working with here.
So Core AI gives developers a unified Swift API, one interface. It routes workloads across the CPU, the GPU, and the neural engine automatically.
Automatically, developers do not have to manage that themselves.
No hardware management required. The framework handles it. TechJuice covered this in detail. You write your code once. Core AI figures out where to run it.
That is a big deal, because historically that optimization work was brutal.
It was. And there is another piece here. Core AI uses ahead-of-time compilation. That shifts heavy processing off the user's device entirely.
Wait, how is that even possible? If the model runs on device, what is being shifted off?
The compilation step. The heavy lifting of preparing the model happens before it ever reaches your phone. The result is near-instant model load times when you actually use it.
So your phone is not doing the hard work of setting up the model. It just runs the already prepared version.
Exactly. Think of it like a recipe that is already prepped. You are not chopping vegetables, you are just cooking.
Okay, I love that. So where does this fit in Apple's broader framework picture?
This is the part I want to be careful about because Apple has now drawn some clear lines, 3 separate frameworks. Core ML for classic non-neural machine learning, Core AI specifically for transformers and large language models, and MLX for custom model weights.
3 distinct tools, each with a specific job.
Right. And AI Weekly reported that developers can actually convert existing PyTorch models for use with Core AI, using something called torch.export.exported program and a torch converter.
So if you already built something in PyTorch, you are not starting over.
You're not starting from scratch. That is a huge unlock for developers who already have models in production.
That is genuinely shocking from a developer experience standpoint. Apple is meeting them where they are.
Now, the trick I mentioned. Are you ready for this?
I have been waiting.
Apple has a technique called AFM Core Advanced. It stores a 20 billion parameter model in flash memory, not RAM. Flash.
Not RAM, flash storage?
And it does not load the whole model at once. It loads only the portions needed for each specific request.
So the model is sitting on your storage drive, essentially, and your phone pulls out just the relevant pieces.
Exactly. But here is the part that breaks my brain a little. Heise reported on this. AFM Core Advanced analyzes the entire request first before activating any part of the model.
Say that again.
It reads your whole prompt. It figures out what it needs. Then it selects which parts of the model to activate.
So it is not guessing word by word like most AI models do.
Conventional models decide as they go, word by word, token by token. This does the opposite. Full picture first, then execution.
That is a fundamentally different architecture. I did not expect Apple to be doing that kind of research.
Let me push back on the excitement slightly because I think we need context here. A 20 billion parameter model is impressive for a phone, but 70 billion parameters? That likely requires a high-end Mac with serious memory, not an iPhone 16.
That is a fair line to draw. The headline says 70 billion, but the realistic daily driver number is probably much lower.
The framework supports up to 70 billion. What actually runs on which device depends on the hardware. Apple Silicon spans a huge range.
But even the floor of this 3 billion parameters running locally on an iPhone, that is still meaningful.
Genuinely meaningful. And here's another number that matters. The on-device context window in the foundation model's framework. As of iOS 26.4, it is 8,192 tokens.
8,000 tokens on device.
That is a full document, a long email thread, a substantial chunk of code, all processed locally.
Okay, I am going to be honest. I came into this thinking this was a marketing announcement, but the token window, the flash memory trick, the ahead-of-time compilation, this is real engineering.
It is, and the timing matters too. Apple said the next generation of Apple Intelligence features will be available for developer testing starting June 2026. General users get access in fall 2026.
So developers are in the sandbox right now.
Right now, building on top of Core AI, and what they ship this fall will be the first real public test of whether this holds up at scale.
What are you watching for in the next few months?
3 things. First, does the on-device performance actually match the promise when millions of users hit it simultaneously? Second, does the PyTorch conversion pipeline work smoothly enough that third-party apps actually adopt it? Third, does this force Google and Microsoft to accelerate their own on-device strategies?
That last one is the one I keep coming back to. Because if Apple makes truly capable AI a local-first experience, the cloud-dependent model starts looking vulnerable.
And that has massive privacy implications, massive competitive implications. The whole AI infrastructure conversation changes if the edge becomes powerful enough.
This story is not just about a framework, it is about where AI actually lives.
And Apple just made a very loud argument that it should live in your hand.
That is a genuinely exciting place to land. Okay, to recap. Apple announced Core AI at WWDC 26. It supports models from 3 billion to 70 billion parameters, runs entirely on Apple Silicon, powers Apple Intelligence, and uses some genuinely clever tricks to make large models work in constrained hardware.
Links to all the sources we cited today are in the show notes. InfoQ, AI Weekly, Heise, Tech Juice, everything is there.
If you want to go deeper, start with the heise piece on AFM Core Advanced. That one is worth your time.
If you found this useful, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. New episode tomorrow.
See you then.